So while I was at this show down by Austin, an overland show, it got me thinking with some of the feedback I was getting from customers that, you know, the SNO trailers, they're a great product, huge, extremely well-built product, but not a lot of people know about them. So I was sitting there the other day at the desk, I'm like, you know, let's do a video. Let's do a video from the largest to the smallest. And that way we could give you some insight, let you see what they're all about, and show you the quality of these guys. So we're gonna start with the R12. This is the R12. So Remington and SNO Trailers have combined, and SNO builds what they call the R12, endorsed by Remington. So most everything on here, as you can see, is gonna have a Remington logo. Awesome for hunters. Everybody knows the Remington name. It brings quality to the table. So they've put this little package together. So this particular unit comes with an awning, a rooftop tent, water, cooler, water heater, kitchen. They put a package together for these guys. You can still get this trailer without the Remington endorsement. It's called the Alpine. Different colors, different schemes, a little less on the accessory side of things. But today we're focusing on this guy. So right here, when you start out on this, you've got storage, stainless steel, kind of a table, kitchen cabinet type deal, full roller bearing drawer slides, tons of storage, as well as your electrical panel. So right here you have your Renogy battery monitor, as well as all of your light controls and your water pump control. And if you chose to add more electrical to it, they do leave two options open for you, pre-wired: cell phone chargers or camera chargers, or whatever you may need. USB outputs, cigarette lighter output. There is lighting in every one of the boxes. Heavy duty steel upper supports with a roof rack style system, which mounts your Sherpa OVS tent. I'll throw some pictures up on that. So moving to this is your fridge, or in their case, they give you a Remington cooler. This will actually hold a 50-liter National Luna fridge, Dometic fridge, whatever fridge you may think of, ARB. There is a power outlet dropped inside this compartment to plug your fridge in. So these slides at this show I was at, it's funny. I had a guy talking to me, and he is a computer engineer. Crazy stuff he was explaining to me. I don't understand any of it, to be honest. But he was like, dude, do you know those slides were actually invented for computer processors in huge processing plants? That way they could slide them out to work on them and slide them back in. He said everybody's adapted them for overland camping, house, a lot of vehicles. He's like, they just adapted them for everything. But so a little background, as some people would say, useless information, but I found it interesting. So this little guy just slides right back in, and you can push those down, and now it's locked. So driving down the road, it doesn't bang your cooler or your fridge on everything. Full MOLLE panel on the inside of the door. Can adapt it and add whatever you would choose. While we're standing right here, I'm enjoying this spot because it's nice and shady, and as you guys know, we're in Texas and it's already getting hot. The awning. So SNO uses a OVS, and this is actually a 270 HD nomadic awning. So when you add the HD to the mix, you get the front pull out as well as the 270 wraparound in the back. As their specs fall, this thing will withstand up to about 25 miles an hour of wind without the legs. You can drop the legs and get up to about 40 miles an hour of wind before you actually have to pack your awning up. Here in Texas, that's a good thing to have because the wind may be 5 and 10 minutes later it could be 50. You never know. Another thing SNO does, short people, doesn't phase them at all because the awning drops down. They can open it, they can walk. A taller guy like me at 6'1", this is actually on a strut system. So it has little compressed shocks. You pop these pins and this whole thing will shoot up about 6 inches to give you that extra head space. That makes it nice at camp because everybody can walk under it without ducking. But also traveling down the road, you can collapse this thing down. You can get your trailer down, slimlined, to where you're not dragging a huge kite behind you. Helps with fuel mileage, things like that. So on this particular trailer, speaking of fuel mileage and vehicles, I'm fairly certain you could pull this behind any classification of Jeep, up into the truck range. So this trailer sits at about 1,500 dry weight, and you can hold up to about 3,500 of gear. So trailer weight, super light, super easy to tow. And that 2,000 pounds of gear, that is insane. That is a lot of gear. I don't know about you, I'm not packing 2,000 pounds of gear. I don't think I ever have. So gives you a lot of room to load this thing down to go out for however long you choose. So from that, we're going to move up into the electrical panel, which is in the tongue box. So up here, they give you another MOLLE panel. You can hang whatever you choose there. Inside here is where they kind of go a little bit crazy. So SNO actually has this cutout panel they make. They do the Remington seal, their seal on it. It has a battery disconnect. So if it's at your house, just chilling, wintertime, if you don't camp or however you look at it, you can disconnect that battery so there is no ultimate drain. It does come with the Renogy DC to DC solar input charger, as well as it comes with a NOCO shoreline charger. So at your house, plug the thing in, walk away and leave it, and it'll maintain your battery for you until you're ready to hit the road. Out on the road, if you choose to add solar, they've done a simple job for you. They've already given you the solar input. All you do is get your solar panel of your choice, get the connector, plug it in, pitch your solar panel in the sun, and away you go. They do come with dual propane bottle holders. This particular unit comes with a single propane bottle, but then also, I'm just trying to highlight areas as we walk around. This is your cold and hot water inputs to your back kitchen sink, which I'll show you that here in just a minute as we walk back there. On the front of the hitch, you have a full lock and roll articulating hitch that they automatically send with these guys. Now, the way they do these, if you didn't want that hitch set up, you could change this to a regular style 2-inch receiver ball hitch by pulling this pin, loosening this bolt, and then this piece slides right out. You can slide another one right in, bolt it in, and you don't have to have that. Your call on that one. They do a heavy, heavy, heavy duty front jack. I've got a boat that this thing would work amazing on, but my boat didn't even come with this heavy of a jack. So moving on, this little guy right here, if you're gonna be out a while, you probably want to shower so the neighbors don't smell you. This is your water heater. So this little guy is a portable water heater. It comes with a stand to where you could take it off, set it on the ground over to the side, and take a shower. That way you're not having a mud puddle right beside your trailer. So super simple connections. They're all quick connects. All you do is just snap them together. Hear the click. You've got shower. You've got pressurized water right here. This system does come with a small 12-volt water pump. Of course, more storage on the back side of your fridge slide. So that compartment goes all the way through. Just another storage compartment, as well as more Remington endorsements. Your water tank is a 15-gallon water tank on this. So not extremely large, but good enough to get you through a weekend if you know how to conserve water and things like that. So that is your fill up for your water tank right here. This is your ladder for your rooftop tent. I'll just move it out of the way. Full-size spare with matching wheels. Now, on these wheels, here again, endorsed by Remington, it has a Remington logo. It also has a full-size spare rack swing tray. Let's pop this off here and I can close that a little. This little guy will hold a ton of weight. Now, do I suggest adding more to it than your spare? Probably not. I mean, you could put racks on the back and hold roto packs or certain water pack or fluid storage, and it'll handle every bit of it. So, let me lock this back. So this is your kitchen, and here again, it is covered by the awning, so you could stand back here and cook in the rain and not look like a drowned rat. They do send out the Camp Chef stoves. This stove, you can buy adapters and run these off of full-size propane bottles, or you can buy the small Coleman bottle that screws on, and that's what the adapter is in here. And you can run it off of either choice. More storage. Now this whole kitchen setup right here is all stainless steel. That way if you were out, say fishing or hunting and cleaning wild game, cleaning fish, whatever it may be, this can be sterilized. That way there is no chance of having issues if it's cleaned right. Of course, then you got your little micro storages, is what I call them. Your little sink with hot and cold water. And so earlier I mentioned you have hot and cold outlets on the front that travel to the back. So right under here, you can look inside here and you can see the two lines. They're plumbed in through the trailer and then they're on flex lines. That way when this is opened and closed, nothing can bind up, everything moves freely, and they're metal housing. That way nothing can really pinch, cut, slice, things like that. Now, if you chose to, you can take your fridge from the front and move it back here. This is a full-length slide as well as the kitchen. So ultimately, you could put all of your kitchen things in this one vicinity. That way it's not separated. Here again, those awesome computer slides. Now, there is no power plumbed in back here for a fridge, but with a shop like ours, or even with minimal mechanical experience, you could tie in a cigarette lighter outlet for a fridge. Very simple back here. And then, of course, they give you some little goofy storage. I don't know what you would fit in that, but there's one on both sides. So, you never know. My wife is a pack rat. I guarantee she could figure out something to put in there. Yeah, on this particular unit, that's about it. So what we're gonna do is head over to the next one and go check out the R20. Here again, endorsed by Remington. We are over here at the R20. This one is in the desert tan. The other one was in olive. We have a desert tan R12 here on the site. I'm just trying to break up the color scheme a little bit. So here again, R20. So you've got the R12, big. R20's the moderate, medium-sized one. So you're roughly about 10 foot long compared to the 12 foot. Your dry weight actually drops from 1,500 down to 800 pounds. You can still carry roughly about 1,500 pounds on this guy of gear alone. So right here where we're at, you don't have the nice little neat storage drawers. You still have storage compartments. Here again, switch panel, all the auxiliary lighting, everything's tied in there. They still give you extra ports. They still give you the modern technology charging ports. Battery monitor as well. Basically the same setup on electrical as what the R12 is. So we won't spend a whole lot of time on that. Stainless steel cabinet tops. A big difference here. Your kitchen moves to here on the side where your fridge slide was on the other one. Your fridge slide moves to the back. We'll get to that here in just a minute. On this particular unit, you get 20 gallons of water. A little bit of an increase from the R12, but another feature you get, instead of plumbed in water, some people may not like that. For your kitchen, you have the Dometic water tank. And then you also have the Dometic faucet. No hot water on this one, guys. Some people are like, I don't need hot water, I'm camping. I get that. Some people are like, I gotta have my hot water, I gotta take a shower. Baby wipes just don't cut it. I get that too, both sides. So the way that they do your sink on this one, it is a removable, collapsible sink. So you actually can pick up more storage down in here as well. If you chose to, you could store your kitchen utensils, some of your cutlery, I can't even talk. Cutlery, however you say that word. So the guys at SNO even took it one step further. This is hilarious. These are spice racks. They're magnetic. So they included a small spice rack. Can't be out and you can't cook an awesome steak without some spices. Come on. So they added that feature just as a whim. Here again, Molly panels, top shelf storage. Has the same style awning system as what the R12 does on the hydraulic shocks. This particular unit's collapsed. And as of right now, I don't have the tent on this particular unit. For one, it's a brand new unit. We're storing it outside so everybody can see it, everybody can look at it. I don't want the tent to get sun faded before somebody was to purchase it. So before you even start questioning that. Coming around, you still have a dual propane bottle holder system, just like the other one. The electrical panel in this one is a tad bit smaller. Still comes with all the bang for the buck type deal. They just don't have as crazy of a tongue box as what the R12 does. Same hitch, same jack. They did throw one extra little deal in here on this particular unit. They give you the mini Max Trax boards, and they do the pin mount system up here in the front. Now, I'll get into Max Trax in another video. Pretty much, you get stuck, instead of trying to go find a shovel or a tree limb to shove under your tire, Max Trax are the way to go. Stick them under there, drive right out. But we'll get into detail on those on another video. So coming around this side, these are lighting to shine down, a full perimeter lighting system. This is just the other side of your storage box from the other one. This does have the water pump, and I can actually get a good picture of the water pump on this one because the other one's kind of hidden. So this particular water pump is sitting right here. As you can tell, it's a small 12-volt water pump, but it will pressure up and handle whatever needs you may need. Moving on to storage. So on this storage, they actually did give you power on both sides, cigarette lighter and USB port. Here again, all stainless. That way, any type of bacteria, you can clean it. It doesn't stay in the metal, it's non-porous. Same style spare tire system. This particular unit actually does have what I mentioned on that one. It has a Rotopack system. So you have an extra fuel can and a water can if you chose to, or 2 fuel cans, 2 water cans. Just because it says red doesn't mean it has to be fuel. Be cautious though of what you drink out of. Dual slides back here, guys. So one's a little narrower, more for a gear system. The other one naturally is carrying your cooler, Remington cooler. Can handle a refrigerator just like the other unit. It's almost the exact same slide. It's just in a different location. Here again, slide in and both of them lock in place. And if you look, I don't know if you can see it with the lighting, you'll see a little 12-volt cigarette lighter plug hanging right there. That is the plug that you can plug your refrigerator into. Now, I've been torn on whether or not to mention this, but I'm gonna mention it. You avid hunters, guys, this trailer is built in mind of you. So this particular gun safe right here is actually can hold either 2 shotguns or 2 deer rifles with scopes. It's a full slide out tray, fully coated and lockable. And if you were to say you came in and you were to buy this unit from me, you gave me the specifics of the guns that you were going to put in here. Say for instance, a Remington 1100 12 gauge and a Remington 1100 20 gauge. I can call Kevin, the guys at SNO, and they can get a cutout, custom cut that will hold that gun perfectly to go in that box. Just a thought, not necessarily something that has to be done, but it is an option. So guys, on this particular unit, they've added a few bells and whistles with the gun thing. For instance, this is an AR mount. I'm not one that's really keen on putting my AR outside, but it is capable of being done, and it is lockable. As well as the rear gun vault, this mount, you also have a pistol mount. So in this little guy, it is a biometric thumb lock, but I do have the key. So for instance, this particular unit, I'm going to pull this out. I'm probably going to regret it, but I'll pull it out. So Remington has agreed to give the guys at SNO the specs for some of their guns so they can have these cut. This particular unit is for a 1911 style gun with 4 magazines. So here again, guys, I can get these custom done to fit that and hold whatever gun you may want. This also isn't just on Remington firearms as well, guys. Kevin did inform me that they can do some of the other brands, not all of them. So with that being said, we've pretty much ran through this trailer. The last one up's the little Mighty Mouse, the RECON. This trailer is going to take you into a little bit of a different world compared to these two guys, but we're going to go over it nonetheless. You may be like, I didn't even realize I wanted that. We'll see. Let's head on over there. All right, guys. So we're over here at the RECON, the smallest unit SNO makes. This particular unit is not DOT legal. So it cannot be on the highway, on the road. This unit. They do, however, make the RECON in a street legal version. This particular unit's made to tow behind your side-by-side, your four-wheeler. For instance, I've got some friends and family that do some hunting in Colorado. So they pack a Kawasaki Mule with as much junk as they could fit on it to go up the side of the mountain and freeze to death trying to shoot an animal. Not my cup of tea, guys. I'm a water person, not a mountain person. But this particular unit can go right behind that mule with you. So consider this to be like a chuck wagon in a sense, with a tent and an awning. So with that being said, you don't have the storage boxes over the wheel wells. Your electrical isn't tucked into a nice little neat cabinet. It's all visible out here. It does have a meter system on it to show you the battery voltage, 12 volt plug-ins, light switches, excuse me. And then of course, just like the R20, your kitchen is on the side. Here again, same, Dometic water can, flexible sink, magnetic Dometic faucet, storage shelf, molly panel. The same rack here. They pretty much took the R20 and they shrunk it. This particular unit actually still has the 10 on it. I haven't pulled it yet to put it out on display. So this particular unit comes with the Roam tent. You can order these without tents. We can order these with tents. There's a bunch of flexibility. This particular unit is not registered or part of the Remington little endorsement. That's why it's called the RECON. This unit can be ordered with all the Remington logos, badges, and all that fun stuff, and its classification is a 410. I'm betting at this point you've caught on 410, 20, 12. They've based them off of their shotguns, which is awesome. It's an easy way of doing it. So moving around to the front, here again, your box shrunk a little bit more. It doesn't have the fancy "Here I Am" panel. It also doesn't have a huge battery. It's still running a lithium 100 amp hour battery. It's just a compact. You do have the Wander solar charger, DC to DC. You also have the NOCO Shoreline charger, just like the other one. Hey guys, so right in the middle of this video on this Recon, my my mic just shut off on me. It still showed it was on, but it quit recording. So from here on, you can watch the video, but my voice won't line up with the video. So I'll do the best I can to finish this thing out for y'all. So we just looked at the electrical. Right up here in the front, you have the lock and roll hitch, just like the other ones. The front of this thing weighs probably less than 80 pounds. It still comes with the heavy duty boat or trailer jack on the front. It is smaller than the R20 and the R12. Just, I mean, look at the trailer. You put that monster hitch on there, it's insane. So coming around the what would be the driver's side, you still have the welded rack for your tent. There is another storage compartment. As you can see, I'm opening it. It's all storage on this side because of the slide, the kitchen slide and everything. So you still have the upper shelf you can get to from both. Molly panel on the door again. Then we're going to keep on trucking around. So as you can tell, guys, that's a four-wheeler. That is a UTV, ATV tire and wheel. So the beautiful thing with this is most of the UTV, ATV wheels are interchangeable. So therefore, you've got a spare for your mule, your Can-Am, whatever it may be. You've got a spare tire out here if you match your tires to the same size as the trailer. Most UTV, ATVs don't have spare tires. So this way you have a spare for doing some really crazy rock crawling and things like that. Here again, just like on the R20, you've got the Rotopack mounts attached to the spare tire bracket. Same style bracket, guys. I don't know how many times I can say it. This trailer is just a miniature version of the R20. So in the very back, you have Molly panel on the back door. 2 full-size slide outs. Can be used for any type of storage, anything you may want. It does come with the electrical for the fridge as well. Super awesome process. Super awesome idea to be able to put your fridge back there and still be able to plug it in and have it hooked up. So getting down to it, the Recon's just a baby R12 or an R20. Same similar features. It just depends on what size you need and what you're going to try to do. Alright guys, so as you can tell, we've gone over the family of SNO trailers. You've got everything from the baby Recon or the Remington Edition 410, the 20 or the Baja, and then you've got the big beast, the R12 or the Alpine. So when you're looking at these, you have to go through and pick out how much junk am I going to carry, how heavy are we going, what kind of vehicle I have to pull it with, where are we going to be taking these, because there's also some different suspension systems that you can get with these guys. There's the Timbren suspension, which is most of what you see on the units I have here. You can also get the upgraded FabTech suspension. So it's like a full floating, I mean, rock crawling monster. So it really depends on what you're doing. So guys, we appreciate you coming out. Appreciate you watching the video and everything. Hopefully we were able to give you some better insight into some of the SNO trailer world. If you can do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because we've slacked a little on videos. We're getting back on it. We're going to knock out some really awesome videos. We're going to do truck accessories, more flatbed stuff. We're also have 2 new units, the skinny guy armor trailers. So I'm going to jump on and do some of those as well. See what we can't get out there for helping y'all make the crazy decisions that we need to make on buying some of this fun stuff, and see what we can do. But for now, like, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one, guys.